Monday, September 28th, 2020. Military personnel stationed along East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes, I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that makes the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully and gracefully. I know. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Marianne was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you about tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although I need to interrupt Marianne for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... Do you remember my remedy? Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The relaxing guy is definitely a different ingredient for either of those. Okay? Remember, it has tea and ginger. Okay. Let's add the milk this time. Ginger milk? Gala had. Yeah, I guess this is it. This is it. This is the drink. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed. I have the same feeling. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You are done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? Nope, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a painful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Ah, come on. Good evening, everyone. Here comes the Bailey's guy. I can't with his name. Welcome, Mr. Bailey's. Hey, how are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Marianne was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. I know. It's not that original. But my target here is the mainstream audience. With the help of my publisher. This kind of book might go mainstream, just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Nestream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved. It reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting and highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of history cards. What? I know, right? As she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world, well, where only humans exist. My tongue. What did you say? No, there is a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finish it, okay? Alright, alright. As Marianne said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a step climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun, if you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. I guess it would be coffee, milk, and ginger, please. Pretty please. No? Okay, then where's the coffee? Then the ginger as the primary, and now milk. Yay! Here you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drum making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. What we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm not clear. Done? As if you are dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her by using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finished your job by bullshitting her? Finest bullshit, my lady. Oh, now that I think about it, I think I should use my new PNG. I mean, yeah, that's better. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like, you want love? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys met? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know. Oh, come on. I wasn't being there. You're right. I think now I won't read anything because I'm munching. And I don't want you to hear my munch. Wait, seriously? Cognac? Cognac and Baileys? Why is everyone called after that? Anyway, let's continue. That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Eh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly! This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... Let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. No. Now, will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much that I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, I got packages as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of Molly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness, and without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He was pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed one punch. And he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that, and I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah, Lua came by a few days ago. How was she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. What told us about the reason behind the fight? About your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know, what? You are willing to leave your own family. No. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Oh, I also want a sip. Or I should say most European families. They are all They all think they are so high and mighty. If you are born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something else would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you choose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blame Lua. What do you mean? They blame her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yell about how her kind is ruining the country. Accusing the religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Wow. I mean, come on, this is the 20th century? 21st century? Yeah. That's sound not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family, however, maybe not the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective? Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you are thinking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We will put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about the succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions. There is nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now. You don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decision. One day, you might use the "I left my family for you" card. We love each other. I will be with her, whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It may burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy, it will be hard work, because life is full of storms. A marriage, it will not survive on love alone. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf, why would I need health insurance? You will need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you will lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 bill, because in this country they charge 20,000 for it. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There is a high probability that they will get bullied for being half-bred. Half-bred, middle-bred. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Marianne. And Freya. Bye bye. There he goes, the alcohol boy. What? You made me lose two customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They are leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present my story like this in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Sounds like a great deal. Great idea, no deal. Lemony snippet? Milk, honey, and lemon, maybe? Tuesday, September 29, 2020. Who vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally? Oh, it's the association name. Coachella 2020. 10 reasons why you should go. No. A sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Hello, Risky. Thank you. It really never changed. I know, but it was so surprisingly nice catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Marianne. I'd like to order again, the usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. I think the last one was the remedy. But there is no harm in some other combinations. Alright, you know what to do. Okay. I will go with the remedy. You want a happy werewolf? Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help but hearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Huh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of tropes. I've never known how to pronounce that word, sorry. Those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I interviewed. Are vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire, it doesn't mean I know Kung Fu. Besides, I had a couple of drinks. I could be taking both of them if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trash, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. Because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. Turns out, he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. So, I was stuck with him until morning. Ha 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 ha. Empty love. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those drugs could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they might have had ties to the mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money? Yikes. They wanted to launder their dirty money? No. So I decided to script them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning I offered him a job as my bodyguard for weed. After all the trouble you caused me the night before? Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So, how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed I'd prefer it we skip that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a new nurse or doctor. That's why I choose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Marianne, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? Okay, let's see. What teas do we have? Yeah, this is cool and warm. Exactly what I wanted. Thank you, sir. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. People. It's missing people. I'm going bankrupt. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Here she comes. Hello, espresso girl. And one vampire. It's good to see you too, Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. I'm not interested in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work. How could you tell? Call it 12 Celsius. Right. I showed Miriam my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did the stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. Yep, take breaks. Note. It's easy to get carried away by work when you are on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how is your hospital at mining life going? It's not even a word. That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about. Mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much it especially costs and how much it affects our income. We also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care such as operations, they go through what we do and how much it will cost them. Kinda like biz dev for people's life, then? You could say that. Damn, that sounds so complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to the patient would find this job pretty tough. Whereas here, less people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people really talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reasons to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and royalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. He needs to be a bit less loyal for. Hi. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Wow, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy. Ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me new positions. Mostly managerial. Managerial. My tongue. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get rises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my ship's starting soon. It was nice catching up with all of you. And you going to stay, Harry? Are you going to stay? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around, Marianne. I can English. Thank you, Freya. See ya. there, take care on your way. You know, it's kinda hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story. Yes? Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place, but when it was a bar. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Fade to black. Wow. I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from... how should I say this? A very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze this story from me? Obviously. Doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh? You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength. So he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma thought, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle? Hey, I didn't know about all that what to say the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet, so no personal feelings. I needed his strength. But then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a good person. That's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refuses. No surprises there. But I kinda pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that, he started working at the hospital, and he's been Hello! Good evening, everyone! Welcome back! Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil? Yes, Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthlings' efforts in intergalactic exploration. Ah, I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hi. He looks like the plant behind him. Looks like a sprout on his head. It's like he's a new player. A cutie pie. Must be protected. Hi. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Oh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this. We choose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Aremi Yandryu album cover. No wonder you looked familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Everyrhings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual, that is how you say it, right? Yes? So, anything? Yes. We won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise, but we do doubt you will be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. What might make you feel something? Something spicy? Something cool? Something sweet? Something bitter? Let's see what we have here. Midsummer Spanish Sahara Spice Lady. I wonder what we can do. I don't know his favorite drink. What are the attributes of this one? Very cool. Bitter. Let's try this one. Sir? A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the... Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking. That's how they drink. Whoa, boy. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us. We are travelers. Doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date. All the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. It turns out verbs exist everywhere in the universe. Ha 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 ha. From attacked, oh man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand. But we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breathe with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Ah, man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised with how quirky and unique you are. Not many women can handle that. Could you handle them though? Me? I don't know, what do you think? You are a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further if it got you a good story. Oh, you are not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You are wrong though. I'd go on at it with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to plead with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for the stories. But I will only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We've heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings made with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face our population problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves, and those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention some races that live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from our information network. Theoretically, that should be the case, but the Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating boyfriends or girlfriends, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can you become your boyfriend? You could start by asking her whether she is actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow. The breeding process of Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you are a smooth talker. Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer if their male partners wear condoms. It's something you want to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offsprings? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talk about using condoms, but how do your kind have sex? Like seeing how you drink? A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on the testing subject we made. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the case. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. Bye-bye, Mia. That was really something. Yep, indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few years ago. Years, I say. Days ago. And Freya was being pretty noisy, to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation unless it really piques his interest or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you are leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it will be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about the business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cup? Thanks, then read in my bag. Alright then, see you around. Take care of your way, folks. Okay. Milky Way, sweet and cold like outer space. Oh, this may be the drink like outer space. So it has to be sweet and cool. Maybe coffee? Maybe tea? Okay, I will save here and I will go to try to discover that new drink. I want to save. Okay, let's go to the menu. Endless. Please. Okay. Maybe coffee, milk. Ah, but this is not sweet. Trash. Okay, choco, mint, milk. Trash. Choco, milk, mint. trash. It looked like it had milk on it, but there are a lot of things that look like so and don't actually have milk. Trash. Okay. So maybe chocolate. I mean, honey. Trash. Because at first I didn't notice it, but the order of the ingredients also changed the result. I think I've done exactly the same recipe. I'm dumb. My trash. Chocolate. No, actually, maybe milk. Yeah, because honey. No, in honey. Trash. Okay, now let's change it. Milk. Honey, mint. Yay, Milky Way. Okay, so now the next time we do the streaming, we will have this list here. So whenever. But yeah, I was right here, like something cool and sweet. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for joining, and see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, also remember to follow me here on Twitch, on YouTube. I upload all my videos on YouTube, sadly edited to be a little bit shorter. Bye bye. Have a good evening.